Welcome to all. I am J. Manoj Kumar 19E051. Here I am going to present two topics: possible square wave generations using op-amp and op-amp for wave shaping. First, square wave generation using op-amp. First of all, we are going to see square wave generation using differentiator amplifier. This is the circuit of differentiator amplifier. Input voltage is applied to the inverting terminal of the op-amp. There is a feedback resistor RF in the negative feedback loop. Since it is a inverting differentiator amplifier, the output voltage Vout is equal to minus RF C dVin divided by dt. To get a square wave as a output, we apply triangular wave in the input terminal of the op-amp. In the triangular wave, the falling slope of the wave starts at a plus Vi and ends at minus Vi, and the time period of the falling slope is half of the fundamental time period, that is T0 by 2. Therefore, Tvin divided by Dt is equal to minus Vi minus of plus Vi divided by T0 divided by 2. Therefore, the output is RF C 4 Vi divided by T0. That is, the output has the positive constant voltage. Similarly, for the rising slope, the starting point is minus Vi and the ending point is plus Vi. Also, the time period is T0 by 2. Therefore, the output is minus RF C 4 Vi divided by T0. That is, the output has a negative constant DC voltage. Here, thus we get a square wave along the triangular wave. Since it is an ideal op-amp, the change from plus Vout to minus Vout is instantaneous because the slew rate of the ideal op-amp is infinity. Slew rate means how the output changes over the input. But for the practical op-amp, it may take some time to change from positive output to negative output voltage and vice versa. Second, we are going to see the square wave generation by comparator. Comparator is a circuit that compares the magnitude of the input voltage with respect to the applied reference voltage. Here, to get the square wave as the output, we make the reference voltage as 0. The circuit is also known as zero crossing detector because whenever the input signal crosses the 0 voltage level, the output either attains positive saturation voltage or negative saturation voltage that we applied in the power supply. Since it is the non-inverting comparator, whenever the input voltage is greater than the 0, that is reference voltage, the output reaches its positive saturation voltage. And for the whenever input voltage is less than the reference voltage, that is 0, the output reaches the negative saturation voltage. For inverting comparator, this thing reverses. Third, we are going to see the A-stable multivibrator. Before going into the A-stable multivibrator, we see the concept of Schmitt trigger because A-stable multivibrator circuit is configured as a closed loop Schmitt trigger. Schmitt trigger is a comparator with noise immunity due to positive feedback. It is also known as regenerative comparator circuit. The input voltage Vin triggers or changes the state of the output voltage every time it exceeds its voltage level above a certain threshold value called upper threshold voltage or lower threshold voltage. This is what the transfer characteristics of the inverting Schmitt trigger. This is the hysteresis loop of the Schmitt trigger. First, whenever our input voltage is less than the upper threshold voltage, at that time the output will be high, and when it crosses the upper threshold voltage, then output will become low. And if we go beyond this upper threshold voltage, then also the output will remain low. Now, suppose this input voltage starts reducing, then also the output voltage will remain low, and it will low till the point where input crosses the lower threshold voltage. So, once the input crosses the lower threshold voltage, the output will become high. The difference between the upper threshold voltage and the lower threshold voltage is known as hysteresis voltage of the Schmitt trigger. Hysteresis voltage defines noise immunity of the Schmitt trigger. The upper threshold voltage is equal to beta into V saturation. Beta is nothing but R2 divided by R1 plus R2. The lower threshold voltage is equal to minus beta into V saturation. Next, we are going to see the A-stable multivibrator. There is no input voltage applied to the A-stable multivibrator. A capacitor C is connected to the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier from the ground. The output terminal of the amplifier is back to the inverting and non-inverting terminal of the operational amplifier through resistors R and R1 respectively. We apply the power supply as plus V saturation and minus V saturation. By the help of the prior knowledge in the schematic trigger, we analyze the A-stable multi-vibrator circuit. Let us assume that the initial voltage at the output of the circuit is plus V saturation. Since no current flows through the op-amp, the capacitor gets charging towards the voltage of plus V saturation. Voltage across the capacitor appears across the inverting terminal of the op-amp. But when it rises a little above of upper threshold voltage, the output voltage turns into minus V saturation. So suddenly the capacitor starts charging towards the minus saturation voltage. Here, when it reaches the lower threshold voltage, the output will turns into positive saturation voltage, and this will continue. The time period of the square wave depend upon the RC time constant. The time period T is equal to 2 into R into C into ln of 1 plus beta divided by 1 minus beta. Applications of square wave generator. The square wave generators are used in clock signal, eliminating noise in USB technology, control motor with pulse width modulation, switching pulse for checking amplifier response, dual trace channel switching inside a CRO. Our second topic is op-amp for wave shaping. There are two wave shaping circuits, clippers and clampers. First we are going to see clippers. Clipper is a circuit that removes or clips some portion of the input signal. The clipping level is determined by the applied reference voltage. This circuit is also known as precision clipper circuit because it cuts the input voltage exactly at the reference voltage. This is the figure of the positive clipper. There is a diode D1 in the output terminal of the op-amp, and we apply the reference voltage through the resistance R1, and we apply the input voltage in the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp, and there is a power supply plus VCC, that is plus V saturation, and minus VE, that is minus V saturation. The positive clipper is the circuit that clips the positive portion of the input signal. The output voltage has the portion of the positive half cycles above the V reference clipped off. The working of the positive clipper. Whenever our input is greater than the reference voltage, the op-amp output will be plus V saturation. Therefore, the diode D1 will become off. Therefore, the circuit becomes open. Therefore, the overall output will be reference voltage. Whenever our input is less than the V reference, the output of the op-amp will be negative V saturation. Therefore, the diode D1 starts conducting. It closes the feedback path. Therefore, the output follows the input. Therefore, the overall, the diode D1 is on when the input is less than V reference. Therefore, the overall output follows the input. And the diode D1 off whenever our input is greater than the V reference. For that, the overall output will be the reference voltage. This is the figure of the output waveforms of the positive clipper. The first figure is the output waveform of positive clipper with positive reference voltage. Second figure is the output waveform of the positive clipper with negative reference voltage. But whatever the voltage, reference voltage, the output will be clipped off above the reference voltage in the positive clipper. Next, negative clipper. The negative clipper is the circuit that removes the negative portion of the input signal. The positive clipper is converted into negative clipper by simply reversing the diode D1 and changing the polarity of the V reference voltage. The negative clipper clips off the negative parts of the input signal below the reference voltage. This is the working of the negative clipper. Diode D1 conducts when the input signal is greater than reference voltage. Therefore, during this period, output voltage will be the input voltage. That is, the output follows the input. For the negative portion of the output voltage, that is below the V reference, is clipped off because the D1 is off. Therefore, whenever Vin is less than V reference, the output will be V reference voltage. This is the figure of the output waveform of the negative clipper. Similarly, as the positive clipper, the figure 1 is the output waveform of the negative clipper with positive reference voltage, and the figure 2 is the output waveform of the negative clipper with negative reference voltage. But whatever the applied reference voltage, the input signal is clipped off below the reference voltage in the negative clipper. The second wave shaping circuit is clampers. The clamper is a circuit that shifts the input voltage to a certain DC level. The output of the clamper is an exact replica of the input. Hence, the peak to peak amplitude of the output of the clamper will always be equal to that of the input. There are two clamper circuits, positive clamper, negative clamper. This is also known as precision clamper circuit because it shifts the input voltage to the exact value of the applied reference voltage. This is positive clamper circuit. There is a diode D1 in the output terminal of the op-amp. We apply the reference voltage to the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp. There is a capacitor between the input voltage source and the inverting terminal of the op-amp. Positive clamper circuit is the circuit that shifts the input voltage to a certain positive DC value. Working of positive clamper. If a sinusoidal voltage signal Vin is applied to the inverting terminal of the op-amp that consists of a capacitor C1 and the resistor R1, the DC reference voltage is applied to the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp through the resistor R2. The RC time constant should be much larger than the fundamental time period of the input signal, then only the capacitor stores the charge as long as possible. Here we made a reference voltage as 0. For first positive half cycle, the input voltage is greater than the reference voltage, therefore the diode becomes off. So the output follows the input. For the next quarter negative cycle, the V in is less than the V reference, therefore the diode becomes on. So the output is 0. The capacitor gets charged to the peak value of the input signal. For the next quarter negative cycle, V in is greater than the V reference because the capacitor gets charged up to the value of Vm. So the diode becomes off. So the output is Vin plus Vm. For all the cycles, the Vin is less than V reference. Therefore, the output is always Vin plus Vm. Therefore, the input signal shifted to a applied DC level. Here is the output waveform of the positive clamper. The positive clamper shifts the input voltage vertically upwards. This is the circuit of negative clamper. The negative clamper is achieved by reversing the diode direction from the positive clamper. The negative clamper shifts the input voltage vertically downwards, that is to the negative DC value. The working of the negative clamper circuit. If a sinusoidal voltage signal Vin is applied to the inverting terminal and the reference voltage is applied to the non-inverting terminal through the resistor R2, the RC time constant must be larger than the fundamental time period of the input signal. Here, similarly, the positive as a positive clamper, we make the reference voltage as 0. For the first positive quadrature cycle, the V in is greater than V reference. Therefore, the diode D1 on. So the output is 0. The capacitor gets charged up to the peak value of the input signal. For the next quadrature positive cycle, the V input is less than the V reference. Therefore, the diode D1 becomes off. So the output is V in plus Vm because the capacitor charged up to the value of Vm. Next, for all the cycles, the V in is less than V reference. Therefore, the output is always V in plus Vm. So the input signal is shifted vertically downwards to the applied negative voltage or the reference voltage. Here are the application of wave shaping circuits. Wave shaping circuits are used to hold the waveform to a particular DC level to generate one wave from the other. The excessive noise spikes above a certain level can be clipped by the wave shaping circuits. Clampers can be used for removing the distortion. Clampers are used in testing equipment like sonar. Clippers can be used as voltage limiters and amplitude selectors. Thank you.